Alright, let's dive into the world of artificial intelligence, and not just any AI. Today, we're talking about powerful AI, the kind that could shape our entire future. And the guy giving us this inside look? Dario Amodei, CEO of Anthropic.
We're in a very special time in kind of like the AI world. Like, this is, these things I've said about, how crazy things could be in 2025 or 2026. I think it's important to get that right. And, running Anthropic, that's only one small piece of that, right? There are other companies, some of them are bigger or better known than we are. And so, on one hand, we have only one small part to play, but I think given, for the economy, for humanity, I think we have an important opportunity to, make sure that these things go well. There's a lot of variance in how things could go.
He's got an essay out there shaking up the industry called Machines of Loving Grace. Dario's been at the cutting edge of AI for years, so if anyone's got the inside scoop on where this tech could take us, it's him. Amodei's take on AI, a balanced perspective. You might have heard Dario described as the cautious guy in the AI world, someone who's always warning about the risks.
Contending with. So we are putting a lot of resources behind interpretability of language models to try and keep pace with the rate at which the complexity of the models is increasing. I think this is one of the biggest challenges in the field. The field is moving so fast, including by our own efforts, that we want to make sure that our understanding keeps pace with our abilities, our capabilities to produce powerful models. So to give some context, we recently released a set of Claude 3 models. They're called Opus, Sonnet, and Haiku. They're different trade-offs between power and intelligence and, speed and low cost while still being intelligent. How do we design Claude's character? People have generally found the Claude models are warmer, more human. They enjoy interacting with them more. Some of the other models sound more robotic, more uninspired. We're continuing to innovate quickly, and as I said, by the time this podcast comes out, we'll probably have at least part of a new generation of models. We're pushing the frontier. Right now, there's a trade-off between speed and low cost of models and quality. So you can imagine that as a trade-off curve, right? A frontier. There's going to be a new generation of models that pushes that frontier out.
But here's the thing, he's not just a doomsayer. Dario believes AI can create some massive positives for humanity. Sure, there are big risks, but there's also huge potential. And today, we're going to imagine that world where everything goes right with AI. What would that look like? What's powerful AI anyway? So, Dario doesn't love the term AGI or artificial general intelligence. He prefers calling it powerful AI. Why? Well, he's predicting it could be here by 2026, and this isn't some sci-fi vision, this is practical. This AI will be smarter than Nobel winners in fields like biology, programming, math, you name it. And it's not just book smart, it's capable of tackling real-world tasks that'll blow our minds. Superintelligent AI, what can it do? Imagine an AI with cognitive powers that work across text, video, audio, and the internet. It's like a genius workforce packed into a single data center, a country of geniuses. It could do everything from controlling robots to running complex experiments, and it wouldn't just be smart, it'd be self-reliant, able to take on projects without constant input. But even superintelligent AI has limits, it's still bound by speed, the data available, and the good old laws of physics. AI's potential to transform key areas now. Now, let's get into the good stuff. What could this powerful AI actually do for us? First up, biology and health. With powerful AI, we could see breakthroughs in disease treatment, preventive health, and even extending our lifespan. Dario talks about something called escape velocity, the idea that AI could slow down aging faster than time itself, making it possible for us to double our lifespans, or maybe live indefinitely. Yep, forever. Next, mental health and neuroscience. AI could help us cure mental illnesses like PTSD, depression, and addiction. Not only that, but it could also enhance our day-to-day experiences, think clearer focus, better moods, and less stress. We're talking about a biological upgrade here. Imagine waking up every day feeling great because AI has helped us understand and optimize how our minds work. And then there's economic and societal changes. AI could change how we work, boost economies, and even help end poverty. But it's not just about money. With AI, there's potential to make governance fairer, protect privacy, and even customize how we look and feel. We're entering a world where you could have control over your own body and mind. What the experts say about the AI timeline. Here's the kicker: when could all of this happen? Dario's bet?
There's kind of further to go. The models are maybe 2 to 3 orders of magnitude smaller than the human brain if you compare to the number of synapses, while at the same time being trained on 3 to 4 more orders of magnitude of data if you compare to number of words a human sees as they're developing to age 18. We have to admit that that's a weird thing that doesn't match up. And, it's one reason I'm a bit, skeptical of kind of biological analogies. I thought in terms of them like 5 or 6 years ago, but now that we actually have these models in front of us as artifacts, it feels like almost all the evidence from that has been screened off by what we've seen. And what we've seen are models that are much smaller than the human brain and yet can do a lot of the things that humans can do, and yet paradoxically require a lot more.
He's looking at 2026 for powerful AI's arrival.
I think we are on track, even if there were no algorithmic improvements from here, even if we just scaled up what we had so far. I think the scaling laws are going to continue, and I think that's going to lead to amazing improvements.
Over at OpenAI, Sam Altman's got his own take. He calls this a special time and thinks superintelligence could be here within a few decades. Either way, they're telling us it's coming fast. And we need to act now. The predicted biological revolution. With this timeline, we're looking at 100 years' worth of biological progress packed into just 5 to 10 years. That means crazy advances in medicine, disease management, and health maintenance. Imagine living through a time when cancer mortality drops by 95%, infectious diseases are almost gone, and your lifespan doubles.
Scaling laws have been very predictable, but then when you say when is there going to be a commercial explosion in these models, or what's the form it's going to be, or are the models going to do things instead of humans or pairing with humans? I feel like certainly my track record on predicting these things is terrible, but I also, looking around, I don't really see anyone whose track record is great. I've been right about some things, but I've still, with these theoretical pictures ahead, been wrong about most things. Being right about 10% of the stuff is, sets you head and shoulders above many people. If you look back to, I can't remember who it was, kind of, made these diagrams that are like, here's the village idiot, here's Einstein, here's the scale of intelligence, right? And the village idiot and Einstein are like very close to each other. Like that, maybe that's still true in some abstract sense or something, but it's not really what we're seeing, is it? We're seeing like that it seems like the human range is pretty broad and we don't hit the human range in the same place or at the same time for different tasks, right? Like, write a sonnet, in the style of Cormac McCarthy or something. Like, I don't know, I'm not very creative, so I couldn't do that. But like, that's a pretty high level human skill, right? And even the model is starting to get good at stuff of, like constrained writing. There's this like write a page without using the letter E or something, like write a page about X without using the letter E. Like, I think the models might be like superhuman or close to superhuman at that. But when it comes to, I don't know, prove relatively simple mathematical theorems, like they're just starting to do the beginning of it.
Our understanding of health would leap forward faster than ever. Mental health advances and everyday cognitive enhancements. AI isn't just about fixing what's broken, it's about helping us live better lives. Imagine being able to tune your focus, handle emotions better, and live each day feeling awesome. Whether it's boosting creativity, helping you think more clearly, or even managing anxiety, AI would be like the ultimate mental health upgrade. The bigger picture, economic and societal shifts, of course, there's a flip side to all of this. As AI takes over more jobs, our whole economic structure will need to shift. And in regions like sub-Saharan Africa, the boost could be transformative. AI could bring growth, new jobs, and even change the way we govern. But there are risks: privacy, power concentration, and big ethical questions about who gets access to all these benefits. Known risks and the unknowns. We can't forget the risks, though. We're talking about tech so powerful it could reshape the world for good or bad. From catastrophic risks to subtle, hidden dangers, Dario and others like Anthropic are pushing for safety to be at the forefront of AI research. If we want AI to be a benefit, we've got to address both the obvious and hidden dangers. Prepare for the future. So, here's the big takeaway: AI could be humanity's greatest achievement if we handle it right.
It's one of the lessons I've learned is that in kind of the big blob of compute, often these ideas often end up being kind of fuzzy and elusive and hard to track down. But I think there is something here, which is, I think the models do display a kind of ordinary creativity. Again, the kind of like, write a sonnet, in the style of Cormac McCarthy or Barbie or so, like there is some creativity to that. And I think they do draw, new connections of the kind that an ordinary person would draw. I agree with you that there haven't been any kind of like, I don't know, like I would say like big scientific discoveries. I think that's a mix of like just the model skill level is not high enough yet. That I think is going to change with the scaling. I do think there's an interesting point about, well, the models have an advantage, which is they know a lot more than us. Should they have an advantage already, even if their skill level isn't quite high? Maybe that's kind of what you're getting at. I don't really have an answer to that. I mean, it seems certainly like memorization and facts and drawing connections is an area where the models are ahead. And I do think maybe you need those connections and you need a fairly high level of skill. I do think, particularly in the area of biology, for better and for worse, the complexity of biology is such that the current models know a lot of things right now. And that's what you need to make discoveries and draw. It's not like physics where you need to think and come up with a formula. In biology, you need to know a lot of things.
Right.
And so I do think the models know a lot of things and they have a skill level that's not quite high enough to put them together. And I think they are just on the cusp of being able to put these things together.
We're on the edge of a future that could transform health, mental well-being, and society itself. But to get there, we need to be smart, be prepared, and make sure these benefits are shared by everyone, not just a select few. Let's make sure we're ready for this new world and keep this tech on a responsible track. So, are we ready to step into this AI-driven future? Let me know your thoughts, drop a comment below, and be sure to subscribe to stay updated on all things AI. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you the next time.